So we have Tara Sill, long Pham, both agents at Remax CityLife. Where are you guys at? Where's your office at? I haven't been invited there yet. That's a joke.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. No.
I do hear a lot of good things about your guys' office. Like, it's the best office in Pittsburgh. Something about a basketball hoop, like the vibe there, very urban.
Yeah.
So, where's it at?
It is at 18th and Carson in the south side.
South side.
Yeah, but there's a parking lot right next door, so it's convenient. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I don't know.
That's cool.
Between the people and the environment, it's just, I'll never go anywhere else.
So, and you have more than one responsibility there, right? So you're an agent there. Long's an agent. Mm-hmm. What else do you guys do at CityLife, or do you do for CityLife?
I am considered the director of brokerage operations, so it sounds important,
That's
but really I'm just
fancy.
like the mother hen that makes sure
So keep
everything
everybody
is
on
going
track.
well, and
Nice.
it's easy whenever you have the people that we have, though.
Yeah.
It's just like a big family that we help each other out and we
That's
make
cool.
sure things are going well, and they
That's
are.
nice.
She does
That's
a
nice.
fantastic job at it too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, that's good.
I
and
try.
She didn't pay him.
No.
That was organic.
No, I try.
That's great. That's great.
I try
Well, we
to
want
earn.
to thank you guys, obviously, for coming on. It means a lot to us. Long, we've known each other for a while. Tara and I actually met not initially like through anything. We had a mutual friend that was a
Yes.
buyer of ours.
Exactly.
Janelle and her husband. So that's how we kind of got connected. And then
Yeah.
you had made the jump over there, and it was like, dude, I know her. And I'm like, I know her too. And, it kind of grew from there. But
I'm pretty popular, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, you're everywhere.
South
I
Hills
will
lady.
say, as far popularity is it's a subjective term, but
Sure.
your social media presence is bar none. It's very,
Thanks.
very good. Everyone enjoys it. Everyone, people see you out there, and it's
Thank
pretty cool.
I just enjoy it.
Yeah, you do a lot of unorthodox stuff, and I think that sells so much more to a client, and as far as like building a relationship in the future, to see somebody that just loves life.
Yeah.
It's not always like we can sell your house at this much over asking. We can do this. It's like let's have fun. Let's
Sure.
it's a whole vibe, as the kids say.
Absolutely.
So that's good. That's
Thank you.
good. So I don't know if you guys seen. So right now, we have a couple episodes out on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
How we always start this out is we're going to ask each of you. So now another, whatever you want to call it under your belt is you are the first dual podcast we've ever had. We've never had two people on the show
You
at
have
one
to slow-mo
time.
that, too.
Yeah. I don't know which one's my applause button. I gotta still figure those
Yeah, you
out. I know, but no, that's awesome. It's great for us. It's great for you guys. It's exciting. We've never had this many microphones. So,
We're learning.
but no. So what we do is we usually start out with some simple questions. Just get the brain juices flowing, see where it goes, and then we'll get further into you guys individually. So first question, always my first question. What was your first car?
My first car,
Yeah.
1986 Toyota Camry,
what-
maroon.
Maroon.
Yep.
Was that, what does it, cloth seats? Do you have leather? Do you
Oh, it was
upgrade?
cloth seats, man. I can't afford leather.
86.
86.
That's a, you get purple plates for that now. That's a classic.
Classic.
How about you, Tara?
I had a 2000 I forget the year.
See the
2000.
age gap? We just found the age gap. Right there.
Whoa.
Hold on, let me think. I know it was a Chevy Cavalier. It was silver, 2-door.
Okay.
It had no power locks. It had no power windows. I didn't realize
Yeah.
what importance that served when I bought it.
Yeah, no, I don't think, mine didn't. Mine definitely did not power anything.
I think it was like an 02,
Okay.
give or take a year.
Sunroof?
Not on
No?
that car. No.
Okay.
My next ones had the sunroof.
Now, that's what I should do. It'd be like, now, what are you guys driving now? Like Ferraris, Porsches, Bentleys?
What I drive right now?
Yeah.
A Honda Odyssey minivan.
That's a lie, dude.
We call it the swagger wagon.
The Odyssey is actually a really gangster-looking van. When I was down in Florida probably 2 weeks ago, month maybe now, it goes so fast. There was a Honda Odyssey with like gold rims, like all tinted out windows. That definitely could be. We could upgrade you.
All those Odysseys and all those minivans are solely fully loaded too. So
Oh yeah, they're hooked up.
yeah,
They're hooked up.
right.
I don't know if I could ever cross that. Like, we both have a lot of kids, right?
Well, tell the whole world that.
So, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. We have a lot of children, but I don't think I can cross over to the vans, dude. Like, I'll just keep getting I'd rather have the biggest obnoxious SUV. Maybe it's a pride thing. I'm not comfortable enough with my masculinity that I can't get a van, dude.
It's okay. I'm all about convenience.
Yeah, I guess. To each his own.
They are pretty nice. When we went to California, our rental car was a minivan.
Yeah,
And
they are.
my kids were obsessed with it. They thought it
Yeah.
was the coolest thing.
Yeah, because it is. Like, it's definitely the most practical thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I can't do it. I don't know.
You have another car. That's a nice one.
You have
That's the
yeah.
family vehicle.
That's a
Yeah.
nice one.
So
SUV.
what's your daily driver?
Daily driver is the Volkswagen Atlas.
Those are nice. Those are really
me around.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was impressed. I saw that.
Yeah, those are really, really nice. We were actually looking at one of those before Robin got the Highlander. The
Yeah.
Atlases are nice, yeah.
They're good vehicles.
Nice. Well, look, you guys both passed. It's not that hard. You passed.
You didn't ask what she's driving right now.
Oh, yeah. I feel like she was ducking that. What are you pushing? Now, listen, if we can see the videos. Like, it looks pretty set up, and you're, like, sitting in the school pickup line videos.
Right.
You're obviously not driving a hoopty anymore. So,
I have an Audi A4. Is that how you say it? Audi.
Audi? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Or Audi?
A little.
Audi.
Audi.
Some black rims.
The
put on
A4.
there. You gotta
That's
have
pretty
the
nice.
20s.
You got 20s on the floor?
100%.
They're clean too.
Listen, you can take the girl out of the hood, but you can't take the
I was gonna ask you that. Where did you go to high school?
Carrick.
Okay, it all makes sense
It
now.
all
Of
ties
course it
together. I am a grammatically correct Carrick high school graduate.
That's good. That's good. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
You grew up out here. Both of you grew up out here, right? Your whole lives. You've been city kids.
Yeah.
Nice. That's not even a question. We just rolled off of that.
So that's pretty good. Impromptu,
Yeah.
huh?
Very, very organic.
I like it.
So another question I asked our last guest, and it went over pretty well. So, what is the best purchase you've made in 2022 thus far?
You want to go for this or me?
I don't know. I buy a lot of
It's
stuff.
got to be something.
Personal or business?
Either. Just first thing, right off the top of your head, what is it?
For me, it's business is hiring help
Yeah,
to build my business, to scale my business.
that's good.
You know, getting a TC in there and then get another, more manpower to
You're
help me
killing
grow
it,
my business.
dude. You're killing it out there too. Every day it's another house. I actually have to go back through your posts to make sure you're not just reposting the same house. I'm like, damn, over and over and over again. That's good, man. That's awesome. So you're saying you're so big now that you're expanding your platform.
I wouldn't say so big. I just wanted to be smart about my business and putting the right puzzles in there. And the missing puzzle was getting help. You know, that transaction coordinator was very helpful for me.
Nice. So how big is it now? Just one extra person you just put on recently?
No, there's 3 of us.
3.
Yeah.
Dude, that's good, man. Congratulations. That's
Thanks,
awesome.
buddy.
I'm proud of you. I remember when, I mean, that's what I'm going to tell people. Like, I remember when it was just him back in the day. It was just
It was
Lon.
tough. It was tough.
All right, Tara, how about you?
It's hard. I buy a lot of things.
And you're gonna sound
I buy
weird
a
if you're
lot
like,
of
oh, a new
things.
hair dryer or something after he just said that.
Well, in this year, hopefully a house soon. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're thinking.
Trying to
We have
upgrade?
a lot of decisions to make, but either that. I don't know. I guess I buy my kids a lot of things.
Okay.
I don't really buy a lot or for myself.
Damn
Besides,
kids.
I know they're expensive.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
I seen the other day you posted about, I think you guys were at a baseball game or something. One of your boys
Yesterday.
plays baseball.
Yeah, it was our first. Oh,
Yeah.
it was so cold. It was so cold.
Yeah, it was
we
chilly
had a
yesterday.
doubleheader yesterday.
Nice.
And
Yeah, my boys started baseball. My daughter's in soccer. That didn't start yet. Should be like
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah. It's fun.
It gets crazy. It gets so
I
crazy.
know.
School schedules. That's one thing too. We got to touch on once we dive in more is balancing, because we all have kids here. We're all very involved in their activities, sports. You know, I was just talking to you, or what today? You have karate classes after
Yeah.
this. So I want to dive in and touch on, as big volume as you guys are doing, as much as you're, trying to stay ahead of the curve, always trying to be, seen and noticed in the industry, that's a hard thing to balance with still trying to, and that's one thing, like, as far as, keeping it real estate where, I'm going to do real estate posts. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on my, social media, blah, blah, blah. It might be in the school pickup line. Like you said, it might be the only time where I have, 10 minutes to throw something out to somebody. Mm-hmm. And but I think that, like we said before we went live, is that it definitely resonates with people because the people we're buying and selling houses for, they're doing the same stuff. They're just as real as we are. They have to go get their kids and, whatever else. So I think it's, some people might look at that as a burden in comparison to like, oh, I don't have any kids, I'm 100%, blah, blah, blah. But to others, and that's what makes real estate as special as it is that everybody's different. So you tailor to different things. So last question, because I don't want to dive into that too deep. I didn't even get a drink yet. This one is my favorite, and I ask everybody that comes on the show this one. What is one thing, we're going to go with Tara first.
Oh, jeez, no pressure.
One thing that you want to do before you die. Anything. One thing. First thing that comes to mind.
Travel the world with my kids and my husband.
Nice. When you say world.
Like Croatia, visit our heritage.
Nice.
Like around the world. I want to experience it all.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
If
Great
I could,
answer.
I'd probably live in a like a pop-up trailer, just venturing everywhere with
travel.
them. And yeah,
that's
absolutely.
cool. That's really cool.
It's fun.
How about you?
So mine's pretty similar to Tara. So my nationality is Vietnamese. Mm-hmm. And I would love to bring my whole family back to experience my culture, where all my ancestors and all my family, grandparents are from. But the ultimate goal is, and it's been my goal for the longest time, and you can ask anybody who knows me personally, is I want to build an orphanage in Vietnam. That's one of my things, that's one of the things, if I can give back more.
Give back to the homeland.
I definitely can.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Nice. That's why I ask everybody these questions, because it's so cool to see people's answers, and like that kind of question, you can't answer it real estate wise. You have to answer it personally,
right?
And that's what we're going for here. That's awesome. You passed again. Good job.
Up to my answer.
I don't think so.
I'm kidding.
We're 50-50 right now.
It was like same thing as Tara, but build an orphanage too. Like you definitely.
Conquer the world,
It's big.
save everything.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm running for presidency too.
Have fun on your trip.
Nice. So yeah, those are pretty much like, the quick, easy brain teaser questions before we dive in. I'm going to get a drink. You guys do not feel obligated. It's a little bit early in the day. I mean, it's past 12, so.
Your glasses right there.
Yeah, I got it. I'm going to go with this contradiction. Tara, we had talked at the Real Producers event, which, by the way, Ben will be here this week. He's coming on the show too. Ben Snowden. Shout out to Ben.
Shout out for Ben.
Hey, Ben.
But I did remember what you said.
Oh,
I got you some blue
got
moons.
it.
Yeah, look long if you want one. There's
this
a couple
is
of them.
for
right
Granny
here.
Annie, my grandma and I.
I did remember. She said,
Blue
"Oh,
Moon.
get me beer." I was like, "Okay, we'll get you beer." But this contradiction is really good. I don't know what you're going for today, Long. If you're going to stay with the soda or not. No pressure.
I may have the same glass as yours.
Yeah, it's very good. It's not super hot. You don't like? What
Have
do you?
fun.
No, you don't
I
like
love
this?
bourbon though.
No,
What do
way.
you drink? Are you just like a beer here and there, or?
Yeah, I don't drink often. I do like, when I really indulge.
Yeah.
Vodka, water, and a splash of cranberry.
That's my fiance
do.
Robin. That's her drink.
Yeah.
Vodka, water, lemon, and lime.
Hydrate as you
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's really good. So how long have you been in real estate?
I was licensed in 2017, but I didn't hang my license until February of 2018.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Nice. How about you, old man?
Oh man, gosh, I got my license in spring of 2018.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you guys aren't that far apart then, as far as your years of service there.
Yeah.
And you were you always at CityLife? Because I know Long
No.
came from
Realty One.
Realty One.
Yeah. So I began with RE 360, and then they had transferred over to only be commercial. So then
Okay.
Brian and I and a few of the other agents went to Remax 360.
Okay.
And then as Brian was obtaining his brokerage license, we stayed there. And then we went, when CityLife opened the brokerage, we
Gotcha.
all went down there. So,
And how long has CityLife been operating?
oh geez,
Is it 2
like
years?
over that now. It's like, I should know these dates, but it's 2.5.
Okay.
But the name
The-
City Life was created years ago by Brian.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a vision that one day this City Life name is going to be something big, and it has been.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He
You know
knew
what I
it
mean?
was to
That's
come.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's
The visionary side of it is wild. There's so many, like Jason was the same way, the owner of Lending Heights. We were just talking, I had Tanner Hall on the show. He's from LifeSpace. Jesse's vision, very similar. And you see these
Absolutely.
big brokers or, mortgage lenders. It's always the dream. Like it always,
Sure.
there was never like, oh yeah, I guess we'll get into this. These dudes have had this dream and they fought to get it. And then to see their vision like spelled out over their employees.
Right.
Like you guys, one of the first things you're like, no, I'm home. This is it. This is my home. And we're the same way at Lending Heights to where, because that person just sold that, he believed it so much that he let you believe it. You know what I mean? That's
I left
cool.
a career for it.
Yeah, same. Same.
You know, it's,
Well, so let's get into that because you do it all. Teach.
maybe a little bit.
So what career did you leave to do this?
I was a full-time teacher and online teacher.
Oh, wow.
I did a little bit of this and that.
And
So
What did you teach?
health and phys ed.
Okay.
And then I taught higher education. I taught Act 48 credits for teachers to go continue their education.
That's serious.
It was.
See,
it was
me,
nice.
we're like almost the same because I like barely graduated high school. So it's like, same thing.
Same thing.
There's hope for everyone. It's
Right.
all about the work you put in.
Right.
That's my
Yeah, I
belief.
didn't do that.
It's
So
all
that's
right.
cool.
You have less student loans than I do.
That's true.
That's one thing I'm
That's
like,
true.
oh boy.
So where'd you go to college?
I started at CCAC
Mm-hmm.
in high school, actually. I did dual enrollment. And then I went to Slippery Rock for my bachelor's. And then I went to Wilkes University online for my master's degree.
Jeez. So you love school.
I do.
That's
I do.
cool.
I love to learn and I like to teach.
And that debt is pretty high too, huh?
Well, I started at CCAC. And then I
Smart
went
move,
to a
smart
state
move.
school. And I actually
Nice.
did a program called Job Corps that paid my CCAC and my associate degree. And like paid me to go. So it was nice.
Nice.
So it kind of helped a little.
See, City Girl got some brains.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Was that something that, you saw a need for growing up? Or is it something that you always wanted to do, was to be a teacher?
I actually wanted to be a cardiologist.
Oh,
I was in a nursing academy at KIRE.
Okay.
And I was a CNA, a nursing assistant. Like, I turned 16. I was licensed during the summer, so I worked full-time basically through high
Wow.
school. And
always hustling.
I
then.
know.
Day
That's
one.
I bought that car. I was the only one with a new car.
There you go.
No, but yeah, so I wanted to go into nursing school and I kept fainting anytime I'd see needles.
Really?
Like out cold in the OR. Like
Oh
the
my
surgeries
gosh.
never bothered me, but
Change of careers,
so
huh?
I knew I needed to find something that aligned with me. I love health and phys ed, and actually it was really the health aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, I didn't even participate in phys ed in high school. Like I put my sweatpants on over my jeans and I stood in the corner.
Really?
And it's so funny because that's what I did for 12 years and I loved it as a teacher. But yeah, so I don't know. It was
Just organically.
yeah. And then I changed my path. I didn't even know anything about Slippery Rock. I kind of changed my major on the seat of my pants and just
Yeah.
went for it. And
You felt the conviction.
yeah, it was funny. The first time I drove there, I called my dad because I saw my first cow.
Oh my goodness.
I told him, I was like, Dad, I don't know where I'm going. There are cows here. And I remember the chuckle. Like, he was just,
Yeah.
he's like, welcome to Slippery Rock, Tara.
Wow.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's pretty funny.
How
That what
about
is
you?
it?
How did you fall into real estate? Because that's one big thing that I noticed, especially interviewing people, but just going out and being a part of the industry. Nobody woke up as a 12-year-old kid and was like, I'm gonna sell houses.
No, no
You
one
know
does
what I
that.
mean? So,
Yeah.
and I think that's the beauty of it, is that so many people, for so many different reasons, fell into this industry and have made it what it is.
Right.
So Give us a little bit of your background.
So how I got in real estate was my former brokerage broker, Sherry. She always wanted me to get into real estate.
Okay.
You know, I remember she always told me, she's like, she wrote down 5 people that she would enjoy working with, and I was on her list. That's one of the 5 people that she would enjoy working with.
Yeah.
So for me, I personally love meeting people. I love to get to know people. Yeah. You know, I'm a people person. I would think so. And then just one day, I was just telling my wife, I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to get my real estate license and see where it goes from there. And here we are right now. So the former job was in the corporate world. I worked at a banking.
Okay.
You know, 9-to-5 job. Not knocking on like corporate job or anything. It just wasn't for me.
For sure.
You know, I'm too antsy. I like to move around, meet people.
Right.
You know, control what I want to control. You know, so best decision ever for the past almost 4 years. So
yeah,
can't look back on it now. You know,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much changes in this industry in
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
4 years. Like,
For sure.
You know.
That's something that it's hard to experience unless you're in it. Where it was like, sometimes for me, 3 years in the industry, I feel like I've been here for 10.
Right.
Like
Yes.
mentally, like I'm like, oh yeah, we ran into this problem, blah, blah, blah. That problem might have been last year, but I felt like it was 3 years ago. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
It's always growing. There's always something new. And I think that's this whole setup is kind of to pay homage to that, to see how the city is actually growing. Because Pittsburgh traditionally it's a little bit behind the curve as far as these other big cities. Social media aspect, just the environment, the events. You know, you go to any other city in the world, and there's something going on. Like there's always something you can do. Pittsburgh is starting to get that way, and I think you guys are doing a lot too. Especially Tara, I saw you just had the women's network or whatever else. How'd that turn
great.
out?
That's pretty cool.
It was our kickoff. We're so excited about it. It's,
Shout that out. Let them know what it is.
It's women in real estate around Pittsburgh, and it's 5 of us core women who got together because we want collaboration across the city and surrounding areas, essentially to, just meet and I just feel like it's so important to have that community feel, whether you're in the same brokerage across the city, the same avenue of real estate or anything, and essentially just having that comfort level with other people. And, one thing, unfortunately, and it's not really stereotypical, it's something that we've noticed as a pattern, is that, the women in our industry don't necessarily always feel that they can open up to one another.
Right.
So we wanted to kind of break that barrier.
Yeah.
And just make people realize that the community is what we need to make everybody do well and excel. And, there's no, it's, obviously with the industry, there's going to be competition and all that stuff, but there's no actual competition. Like, we're not here to knock anybody down ever. And
Right.
it's really lifting each other up to have everybody succeed type
Yeah,
mentality,
yeah.
which it should be. So it's nice. So.
Right.
It looked like it was a good hit. I mean, it was a hit for the first one ever, right?
It was incredible. It was the kickoff event that we weren't sure how it would be perceived, and the turnout was just really humbling to see how many, how many really came out and just said, literally, thank you for opening this world of just, friendship
Something
and,
that hasn't been
information
done.
and so it was pretty amazing. So we're excited for the future with it. There's a lot, I think, to come. And, Jen Solomon and I had done a deal together not too long before this all came about. And, she called me the one day and just, I feel so grateful to be thought of, to be involved with such a movement and such an initiative. And, immediately I said, absolutely. I don't care how many extra hours we have to put into things, and just to collaborate on such a good cause. So it's fun. It's pretty awesome.
What's so cool about when you post that picture of the whole group of the ladies on Facebook? What's so nice about it was like all different diversity of women.
Yes.
That they started either real estate in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 15 years. They're all into one room and they're collaborating. They wanted the same mindset of like, hey, woman real estate, which is awesome,
Yeah. So that is something I want to touch on with this women's event, to see, I wonder often, before you guys did this event or planned to have this event, how many women, like based off of the response that you got, off of your kickoff, how many women in the industry are sitting there begging for that? Like, how many people are longing for that unity where it's like, you know, sometimes these newer agents, they come into this industry, and if they're not put into the right brokerage or with the right team, it's like it's an all-out war. I mean, there's like, oh, we don't mess with them, you don't talk, you stay on their side, you know, like whole Mean Girls setup. And for you guys to set that up, and like you said, there was people that had 15, 20 years of experience. There's also people that, you know, this might be their first year, but that just shows you that there's a lot more people out there that want to be that, you know, have that sense of community in the real estate industry than maybe a lot of people think. And that's, you know, like I keep saying, the reason of this podcast is to put light on things that people sometimes don't see. If you see someone that's always posting these, you know, high level pictures, these exotic, luxurious, whatever else, it's intimidating for a younger agent to, you know, maybe reach out and pick their brain or, you know, see how they can better themselves because they're, you know, the fear of how the industry works, you know. So with what you guys are doing, as far as how the meeting went, I mean, what was the overall vibe with, you know, your people that came on? Like, were they relieved? Were they eager to do something more, or was it more just like, let's go see what this is? You know, how did you think the event went overall?
I think it was amazing. I think, you know, essentially it was great to see people in the industry with such experience and knowledge come out, because in essence, they too are looking for that, you know, shoulder to lean on sometimes. I don't think you can ever be fully competent with everything. You can't in this industry.
For sure.
There's always something. So having other people to confide in or just talk to or even vent to or just know that you could go to is essential. And one newer agent was there, and, you know, her and I were talking, and she just has that fire that I can tell she's really going to do well. And, you know, I said to her, I said, this sense of community that you're being involved in is going to just change your game. Like, it's going to give you tools. You need to know that you can reach out to anybody in this group, or, you know, because essentially it's also a Facebook group where we can go to and post questions or concerns or comments or, you know, whatever. But just to have, you know, we have people like Dora. Yeah. To be in a room with Dora as a new agent, you know, to have someone with such just incredible success and experience to talk to, and just so many of those women have so much to give each other, essentially, no matter how long they've practiced, because like I said, every genre that we're practicing, you know, commercial versus building, you know, versus residential in certain areas, you know, we can't possibly have expertise in all of that area. So it's really cool. It was neat. It was complete positive, you know. That's awesome. I'm a very big observer. So when I go into a crowd in a room, I kind of, maybe it's the only child in me. I don't know. I just sit back and kind of soak things in. And just to look around and just see everybody really just enjoying the conversations. Like, it was really pure and cool. So yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. And so what we'll do is too, we'll get some information from you at the end. That way, about right now, Ange will have thrown up that link for any female real estate agents that are maybe looking to get in contact with you or with that organization, that team. We'll make sure that's, you know, readily available for them on the show.
Thank you.
And so you weren't there, obviously.
Why are you smiling at me like that?
Because I feel like you've been so quiet. I just want to make sure you're all right over there.
No, it's good. What you know, Tara and Jenner is doing for like the women in real estate is awesome. Like, I was just I saw that post and their photos. That's great. The show up.
Well, it's huge.
Showing up was great. You got some big hitters in there, and you got some new people in there. It was great.
I think that would be something, you know, when I meet a lot of agents, you know, I've talked to new agents, I've talked to experienced agents, you know, just talking about lending in general. But when you talk about certain people, and maybe the older agents, I know some of them know, because some of them thrive on it, versus like maybe the more experienced humble agents don't realize. But with these younger agents, just because you don't know this one agent that started at, you know, mom and pop's brokerage, they know who Tara Sill is. They've seen your posts. They've seen, and they put you guys on a level that I don't think you guys are aware of, you know. And some, like I said, some of these other agents, they're like, yeah, I know. And I have a billboard, thanks. But some of you guys, like you're doing stuff where like if I would bring up to a younger agent, like, oh yeah, like Tara, I talked to Tara Sill, it's like almost like a celebrity, like, oh my God, like you know her, like, can you set something up, blah blah blah. So by the like that's real. I'm not just I'm not fluffing. I'm being 100%. There's a lot. There's a like you're opening a door, like you said, for Dora. Like she doesn't need anything. She's a monster in the industry.
Awesome.
But for a newer agent or a younger agent to know that I can approach her. She has my best intentions in this group. That's life changing for somebody's.
Sure.
How many things do we wish we would have known at the beginning? Like if we knew now, it'd be like, dude, I'd be 5 years ahead. You know what I mean? So you're opening a lot more doors than just the community side of it. As far as the success of their careers.
Right. Because this industry can be very intimidating too.
Oh, 100%.
Like when I was a first agent and when I was like looking up like who are the big hitters and everything, I'm like, wow, look at them.
Exactly.
I'm scared to like even ask them a question or reach out to them.
That's exactly what I was trying to get across, yeah.
So it just shows you like, hey, we're all human. We're all trying to help each other out.
Right.
So it's great.
And that can be based off experience too, because
Sure.
now they know that Tara's willing to make that phone call or have that phone call or talk to her at the bar, Coupe de Ville or whatever, versus they might have talked to somebody that they seen was, I saw you in Real Producers, and that person may or may not have given them the best reaction to it.
Right.
Because it is a very cutthroat industry. Like you'll know, like there's people that you just know, you know what I mean? There's people that you want to stay away from. There's people that are willing to help and there's people that aren't. And you guys opening that door and just putting a big flag up and saying, hey, we're here to help. I think that's going to help everybody as a whole.
Yeah, and ultimately, I hope one of my personal goals with it is that I hope it essentially weeds out that cutthroat mentality, not willing to help one another and collaborate, because nobody wins whenever it's one-sided.
No,
and not the client, not the person. Nobody wins. So being able to just kind of collaborate and work together.
Right. And that's the thing is like you'll see them again. Pittsburgh is a decent sized city, but it's not big,
everybody.
Right? Yeah. So you have this issue with this group or these people or whatever else. The chances of you finding them on the other side of a transaction are almost guaranteed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So nobody gets paid till the end. Nobody gets the satisfaction of getting our clients home or selling our clients home for them until the end, and we have to work together to get there. So why are we bumping chests? You know what I mean? I love it. I think that is some cutting edge shit that you guys are doing. That's really cool. That's really cool.
The gentleman should have that mentality too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
In general.
I'm
not saying it doesn't exist. I don't know. I'm not a guy. I don't know.
No, we should. That's a hard one.
Maybe
I feel
Long
like
can do that one.
What?
Come on.
Men in real estate?
The men's meeting.
It's just you gotta kick pride in you gotta kick pride.
I think that would be a harder part.
Pride and ego. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
if the women can do it, we can do it, right? I'll sponsor an event tomorrow. Let's get them all out.
Did you hear that? Where's Mr. Secco at?
Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I meant like in the future. But if we thought that it, I think it would be really cool. I think it would be a lot of fun. I'm in. If Long's
everybody
not in, let's go.
No. I'm in.
it.
I'm in for everything. If we can all get, all whether it's like men in real estate or women in real estate, if we're all in the same under one roof and we have the same mentality and the same goals, it could be mind blown. You know what I mean?
It really could.
But if someone goes in there and is like, oh, I just want to see who's person, see what he's doing. No, you got to go in there and saying, hey, we're all going to brainstorm together and we're going to be essentially one team in this industry. The goal is not about me or you. It's about our clients.
Right. I think it would be hard. I honestly, if I'm being honest, I think it would be very hard for, not to say that it wasn't hard for women, because I'm sure it is as well, but to be able to bring a group of dudes in the industry together, lenders, agents, etc., and have them check their pride at the door and not not anticipate somebody being there for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Would be it puts me on edge thinking about it. So that's just how it's just the way that it works. You know what I mean?
Right.
But nonetheless, I think the benefit far outseeds that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about
We'll
it.
talk about it. But you, so what is it like? I mean, you mentioned being of Vietnamese descent.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like in the Pittsburgh industry when traditionally you go to New York City or Florida or California, anywhere else? It's pretty well. It's a lot more versed than Pittsburgh is, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't know any other Puerto Rican lenders. You know what I mean? So let me level with you real quick.
Yeah. Ooh.
But do you feel like was that an advantage for you coming into the industry, or maybe just how was it in general? Because I know it was harder growing up, being of a different descent anywhere as a minority is harder growing up. So touch on that a little bit. Give us a little long.
Well, absolutely. So Pittsburgh, the Asian culture is very small. Mm-hmm. All right. So the one thing is I'm grateful is that my parents were real strict on our culture, our faith and culture. Being bilingual, speaking Vietnamese very fluently, and English is actually my second language. So when I get the opportunity to help a Vietnamese family, be the translator, just walk them through, that's gratifying for me. Like, I show so much gratitude. Like, for one, they put all their trust in me. For sure. Because they don't know, the next person who the lender is or what to do, So was it difficult for me to get in this industry? Anything you do in life is difficult, is the way you look at it, right? When I get an opportunity to help a Vietnamese family, it actually is a bonus to me. I treat everyone the same, regardless it's a $30,000 buyer or $1 million buyer. I just treat them the same way. Right. It's just the mentality that you have in our business, because it is cutthroat. Just do the right thing, which is, I believe in. Sometimes I don't even think I'm doing the right thing, but I am doing the right thing. It's just treating people right the same way, man. Again, it's not all about me. It's not all about them. It's about our clients. Getting two clients to the closing table, give them what they want for the most part. One side is not heavily happy or the other side is heavily happy. It's just, it's a give and take kind of game. You know? So,
nice.
Yeah.
With the market the way that it is right now, I had to throw this. I had to bring us up to current, right?
Gosh.
So realistically, by the time that our viewers are going to see this, we're going to be, it might be 3 weeks from now. So God only knows what the market is, going to be in that. So I know, like, obviously, as a mortgage broker, rates are going up. Mm-hmm. Everything's going up. Inflation, everything. So the Fed's trying to, counter that, but these increased interest rates. I think the biggest thing that I try and tell people is you have to put it in perspective, right? So COVID happened, it was a crazy, crazy time, and God willing, we never see anything like that again, where literally the world stopped. You guys weren't showing houses. You weren't able to do things. I was doing refinances where we were doing driveway closings where, like, we literally have to sign documents in the driveway because we couldn't go in people's houses, all these things. And then obviously the interest rates, the Fed jumped in to save everything. So that the interest rates went extremely low. Mm-hmm. In perspective, that was like a thing I heard someone say, is that the rates they're not going up. They're going back to normal. Right, so pre-COVID, we're still low for where we were pre-COVID, but if you had the perspective, and you as agents know, when you were getting documents from your lenders, and it was 2.75, 3.25, and then now you see in the 4s and in the 5s, and predictions of 6s and up, it definitely puts a lot of fear into people. So that's my aspect of it. I also am dealing with clients that have been shopping for a substantial amount of time. They're getting beat by offers. I know you were just talking about, having a situation where you felt you had the offer. Like, there's nobody touching this, and you lose. So I guess my question, to put you guys on the spot, is what are you seeing in the market, and how are you moving forward with, making sure that your clients are getting the best?
You want to answer that, Tara, first?
Because I know everyone's like panic. Everything's panic, right? But for you guys, like, if I came to you buying a house, I'm trusting you with like these are my numbers. These are what I can do. Long, help me.
All right, so there's a lot of buyers out there saying, hey, I want to wait till the rates goes down, or I want to wait till the market crash, whatever. Okay, it's how I explain to a lot of my clients right now is, what is your situation right now? Why do you have to buy? Is there a situation that you have to buy now? That's a good time to buy. Right. You can't dictate what the market is doing or wait for the market. It's no perfect timing.
For sure.
The perfect timing is your personal situation, right?
I like that.
The way I look at it right now, if you're not financially to buy right now, don't buy.
Right.
You know, like I don't want to see a young couple or a family emptying their savings account just to be able to pay the closing costs. You know, it's a scary world right now.
For
so
sure.
whatever your situation is, I'm going to help you. Get your house. We find out a way to be very creative in our offer. That makes the client feels comfortable as well too. If it doesn't feel right, I always try to tell them step away for now.
And that's something that might be somebody that might be watching this show. They've never experienced somebody like that.
Right.
I've ran into that before where, when I came in, with Jason, I told him and we agreed and he taught me, what if that was your sister? What if that was your mom that was trying to make that? Maybe isn't an impulsive move that they just feel like they need to do something, or, there's different things going on in their lives right now. And they're coming to you not only to be their broker or to be their agent, but to be, for lack of better words, their therapist, to tell them.
Right.
But if you get lined up with the wrong person, you know what I mean? When they have, what they call commission breath, or I don't really care about your personal situation. You want to buy a house, let's go get you a house.
Right.
When you have the decency, like we said, being the good fit, where it's like, hey, look, so everything you're telling me, I'm going to do whatever it is that you want me to do at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But if it's not an impulsive thing, if this isn't something you absolutely need to do,
don't do it.
Let's take the time and maybe get you squared up so when that time does come, you're in a better financial situation, or the inventory is more sustainable.
Right.
So that's something that a lot of people might not hear from an agent, is let's slow down, especially now, because there's so many people that can take advantage of people in this market. Panic creates the need for comfort. Mm-hmm. And if I'm like, hey, it's cool, like, let's go we'll get you this house with this. But if you listen to them, it's like, no, they still they can't even get out of their lease yet. Like, they need to save up a little bit more, their job, this situation, this, their kids, blah, 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 where it's like, the best answer might not be you paying me. Right. The best option might be you taking a seat. And I think that goes so far with why, your team and City Life is doing the things that they're doing, because you guys you're listening to your clients.
You have to.
That's a lot. It's not as common as people may think.
Right. It's all about relationship building as well too.
Right.
I rather have the relationship building, knowing like my business can be have the longevity, rather than chasing that transaction,
getting a quick sale,
and then stress out the next year. It's like, oh gosh, this is what I did last year. I need to double or triple or whatever. Yeah. So just gotta roll with the punches and do the right thing.
Yeah, I think too, at the end of the day, just our ethics kick in, and our morals.
Yeah.
It's like we stand behind the people we represent.
Yeah.
Some of them are my family right now, and I treat them just as I do the other clients, and vice versa, because I look at all of our clients as family, because they're confiding in us for literally the biggest purchase they're making.
You're the
or
professional.
the sale.
Yeah.
And if we misguide them, especially now, it could be detrimental to their financial well-being,
to
and
their futures.
In 5 years, if they have to uproot and go somewhere else, and we allow them to make an insane offer and drain everything that they have just to get into that home where we know that there is alternative situations to it.
Right.
I couldn't sleep at night. It's just that's not why we do it. We're in it for the people, and you have to be.
Do you guys feel like the way you grew up? So we all grew up pretty humble. I mean, I don't know any. Carrick is not Upper St. Clair by any means.
I also lived in Mount Oliver.
So there you go. So do you feel like, coming from where you guys came and I've grown up, you have that vision is a little bit different? because you grew up that way, or do you feel like it's more just your morals than it is like, I've been there type of deal?
I'm going to say yes and no for that, okay? It doesn't matter. Like, I grew up poor as well, too. You know, we grew up in the city first and we moved to Baldwin. But the thing is, it all starts in the four walls of your household.
That's fair.
How your parents are teaching you the right and wrong. I don't care if you grew up in a wealthy family, because there's a lot of people that I know that grew up in a wealthy family are phenomenal people.
For sure.
You know, so for me, I just personally think that it all starts in the four walls of your family, how you were raised, and you know what the environment you grew up in as well too. But also too, you know, if you grew up in a horrific environment, poor environment, your parents wasn't there, XYZ, that also gives you the grit to not to be who your parents were.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So it's a mixture of things, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have put a label on it that way.
That's right.
But no, I agree. So this was my mentality. Maybe I asked the question wrong, but you know, I grew up around a lot of people. We didn't have shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was tough. And then when you have the opportunity to help those people, and it's different on the lending side, because it's a lot more confusing than like this house or this area, where it's, you know, fees can be this, or
Sure.
you know, these people are looking at a cost estimate that the only thing they're looking at is the bottom numbers. Can I afford this payment? Can I afford this? These closing costs, et cetera, et cetera. And I see so much where people take advantage of that, and I think that was one thing. So like when I got into this industry, it was, you know, to be completely honest, it was to make money. It was to make money and not beat myself up like I was doing gas lines, and to, you know, give myself the future that I deserved. I felt like I should be doing something more. And then I got into these situations where a family friend or a kid that I grew up with was like, hey, bro, I've been trying. This is where I'm at. And, you know, it might not have been a situation where we can get them that house tomorrow.
Right.
But work with me, bro. I have the tools. I know shit that nobody told us growing up. And we can get you to that point, but you got to follow these things and whatever else. And then, you know, you get that Christmas card and it's like, bro, I'm in a house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the way we grew up, blah, 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 I wasn't meant for this. And so I guess that's kind of my, you know, it came into almost like a Robin Hood syndrome, where it was like, dude, I can help, because a lot of people won't. Mm-hmm. And not to say that there's bad lenders or all lenders are bad, because there's a lot of very good people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. But there also is, you know, it's the same with real estate. There's good guys and bad guys.
Sure.
And so I guess that was kind of where as far as like the compassion that you have, where it's like, I'm not going to just take advantage of this person or push this house or whatever else, because I've been there.
Right.
Or, you know, my people have been there, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think I worded it wrong, because you took me as an asshole and saying,
I didn't
like,
say that.
because you grew up poor. No, that's not what I'm saying.
I think all three of us grew up pretty damn poor.
No,
yeah.
100%.
I was living life.
Yeah.
Noodles and noodles every day.
I love Noodles and Noodles.
Oh, they're so bad. They're so bad for
they're
you.
horrible.
They're so bad for you.
When's the last time you had a pack of Noodles and Noodles?
My son loves them.
They're so good.
And I'm
our,
like,
our kids love it too.
You don't even know, but I used to, especially like, that was the first meal I learned how to cook. Because my mom was working late and I was an only child. I was home making dinner.
I love Noodles and Noodles. I probably had a pack last week. I'll be straight up. I love them. I love them so much. Yeah.
They're so bad for you.
The sodium in it. But
Yeah, but the chicken flavor, like, do you do, what Oodles and Noodles do you do?
That's it.
Chicken's the only one.
That's it.
Like, bro, you ever had the shrimp ones?
Ugh.
What the heck?
I just did the chicken.
Do you eat it like soup or like pasta?
So this is
That's
huge.
it.
I wanted to get into this. So everyone does their Oodles and Noodles different. Everyone does them different, right?
Yeah.
So growing up, I did a little bit of water in the bowl. Like, I wasn't even, honestly, growing up, we weren't even using the stove. We throw them in a ceramic bowl and put them in a microwave.
Yeah.
With water. Now, so the way that I do it now, and my kids do it, is we'll boil the water, throw the pack of noodles in. Once the noodles are done, strain them, then put the chicken powder on it. So it's dry noodles with just the chicken powder on it.
So you need
Like, no broth.
You need a little bit of broth.
No broth. Just a little bit of butter and no broth.
Butter.
Butter too?
Oh,
Just add to it.
Absolutely,
Wow.
bro.
Heart attack.
1,200 calories. Just jumped up to 32 calories.
We would run, like, if we're going to play a pickup game of football or something like that, we'll throw them in a Ziploc bag, just a brick. in the zip, like take them out, throw them in a Ziploc bag, crunch them up, and then do the powder and eat them like almost like chips.
Oh, that's actually probably pretty
It's
good.
horrible. It's so bad now. But
Take the whole brick out.
so you do broth. You do it with the broth.
A little bit of broth, because that powder, if you need a little
if
whip.
you get a clump of that powder,
Yeah,
it's
you
so
need-
good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all that sodium? Yeah, that's really good.
I want to like. Yeah,
My kids love that stuff, though.
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so cheap.
I
is.
put the packet in and then I strain it.
Ooh, see?
So you're losing a good bit of flavor.
It's
that
like
way.
the right amount, but I don't put the full amount of water in, so it's like
Okay.
a
I
happy
get it.
Yeah.
medium.
I get it. I get
But then it all dissolves, and you don't have
Yeah.
the clump
That's
in your
true.
tooth as you're eating.
So good.
I know I crushed a lot of that in college, though.
I love it.
That
And
was
I
cheap.
used to get healthy and add frozen vegetables.
Oh, look at that. See?
No.
She made
To my
it.
oodles.
She,
It's
she
a
made
meal.
Gourmet
It's a
oodles and
meal.
noodles.
Tara made it gourmet.
I try.
Yeah, I love oodles and noodles. I love them so much. What is the staple of things? We're gonna go completely off real estate now. We got a couple minutes left. Let's just keep it real.
Let's do it.
Peanut butter and jellies. You guys like peanut butter and jellies?
On
doesn't?
toast.
Toasted peanut butter
If
and
you
jellies
don't
are
toast
legit.
it, don't eat it.
Have you ever done like a grilled cheese peanut butter and
Yes.
jelly with the butter?
No butter. Don't do the butter.
What is it? You're such a health freak. I
Yes.
can't.
Wait, you grilled peanut butter and
Yeah,
jelly
yeah.
sandwich?
So like you know how you make a
I did
grilled
toast
cheese.
before. That's like adult version.
Yeah, toast is good.
It,
but
like,
like
melts.
if you do butter on one side, peanut butter on the other side, smack it on the griddle, then jelly and butter on the other side. And
Really?
then, like make it like a grilled cheese, but with peanut butter and jelly.
I have to interject.
Do it.
You have to put peanut butter on both pieces of bread and jelly in the middle.
Double the
that,
peanut
that
butter.
could be
Like-
life changing.
Like, because then the bread doesn't get soggy. It's like a barrier.
You're
And then
right.
the jelly's
'cause
in the
jelly's
middle,
more
like,
liquid.
oh, I'm
I know
here.
what I'm eating today. I'm gonna go over to the lot and see if they'll whip me one up real quick.
Yep.
Um,
It's the best way.
That's a smart way too.
But you have to make it thin. You can't make it too thick because then it's like too much.
Right,
peanut
then
butter.
yeah, you got to have the peanut butter to jelly ratio.
Yes.
All right.
So here's an even more important question. What jelly are you putting on? What kind of jelly do you use? Strawberry? Grape? Are you only grape?
I like grape.
Great.
Really?
You're a strawberry.
Dude, strawberry
Oh
jelly
my
is the
gosh.
shit.
No,
bro.
only on English muffins.
English muffins with I'm gonna say it with a little bit of butter and then strawberry
What's wrong
jelly.
with you and butter?
Bro.
Are you getting
You
a
think
sponsor
I-
of
you
You
think
butter?
I
need to
got
have
this
your
physique?
cholesterol.
You think I got this physique by not eating butter?
I'm worried about your cholesterol health right
I'm gonna
now.
talk to Robin about your cholesterol now.
Butter makes everything better.
Yeah, it's all that fat. Yeah.
100%. So good. It's so good.
Too
So
fun.
what do you use like when you're cooking chicken? You use like avocado oil.
Coconut.
Okay, so you're like you and my fiance are on the same track.
Yeah.
Everything's like she made chicken and I'm like, so I like cut up chicken. I use like adobo, which is a Goya seasoning,
Yep.
Spanish. I'm throwing garlic salt, blah 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 blah, some butter, and it's so good with just white rice. And she had made it the first time. Now I got her change. Like she knows if she's cooking for us, she'll throw a little bit of the unhealthy shit. But she had made it like one of the first times, and she used like avocado oil, and I'm like, this tastes different. And she's like, no, it tastes the same. I'm like, no, I can tell it tastes different. But no, she's a health freak like that too. Not like obsessive. But.
I use olive oil also.
Oh,
It's all
you
about
probably
the seasoning
rollerblade
that
with
you
no knee
use.
pads
Like
too.
you have to,
Living dangerous.
wait, what do I do?
I said, rollerblade with no knee pads. Just
I
living
used
life
to
on
be
the edge.
I used to be a skater. Fun
yeah?
fact.
Like skate, like four wheel skates or inline skates.
No, I skated like rollerblades.
Oh.
No brakes down 18th Street. Do it. No.
Oh, on the streets you were skating,
Oh,
not
yeah.
like in the
I
rink.
used to down 18th through the
See?
Tara
Tara's a little daredevil.
the old ice rink that was
Yeah.
down there. We used to jump down those steps and go
So
down and swim at
dangerous.
22nd Street.
Look at that.
but won't have a stick of butter.
No, butter will kill you. Not skating down 18th Street. That's safe. I live on the edge.
She certainly did.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
too
cool.
fun.
I do have to start. We did a weight loss challenge here. I think I got like second place. If I do it right, I think my thing is like I just love food so much. Like flavors. I know there's always like a healthier alternative. Like we did this cleanse throughout that, and I couldn't like we cut out all the like gluten, like no bread, all the carbs and stuff like that. So like she's like, oh, we can go get burgers at Burgatory, or no, this was at Red Robin. I'm like, bet. I was starving. We went there and she's like, we need them on lettuce buns, and I was like, what? But I actually enjoyed it thoroughly,
Yeah.
and I felt so. I didn't notice how much better I felt throughout the whole cleanse. It was like a 30-day cleanse.
Sure.
Until afterwards, and then I had a regular burger with a bun, and I was like, man, I feel like bloated. And so 100%, I don't knock eating healthier, making healthier choices, but I do love food so much. That's like one of the big reasons you and I like clicked off was, I mean, we're like the same.
Except you don't like pickles.
I'm like the better version of you, and like you.
Oh,
look
so
up
many
to me
ways.
and
So
stuff.
many
Right.
ways.
So that started, and then like seeing your cooking, like you love to cook. You throw it down. I was hoping you'd bring me some of them egg rolls.
I know. Did you see what he made yesterday?
Yeah,
I was like, man.
No spring rolls here, I guess.
And you guys gotta eat it fresh, right out of the oil.
Meanwhile, I'm at Chipotle. How do you say it, by the way?
Chipotle?
Chipotle?
Chipotle. No, it's Chipotle.
That's the first time I heard that.
Really? Oh, that's what my kids call it, Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Just to be
you don't
funny.
like Chipotle?
I don't. No, I don't. It's like it's a high
like
level
poser food for you, probably.
it's a high level Taco Bell is what it is. It's a luxurious Taco Bell.
It's on the go.
You know how many viewers I just lost by saying I don't like Chipotle? By the way,
You just probably lost.
all of them.
Well,
Like my fiance loves Chipotle. I'm like, it's just regular. It's a shitload of food. I'll give you that much. Like you get a burrito, it's a brick, bro. Like it'll
put you
put
to
you
sleep.
back. But like if I want tacos or anything like that, I'll go to Las Palmas first.
oh yeah.
Is that on Brookline Boulevard?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right
good.
next to Party Cake.
Yes. So maybe not the like highest level of it's street food. We'll put it that way. It's street food. But Las Palmas got, in my opinion, one of the best tacos in the city.
It's pretty authentic.
100%. Yeah, I mean it's as Mexican as you can get. Now Puerto Rican food. So apparently there's a Puerto Rican restaurant that just got put in up in Mount Oliver. I haven't been there yet.
Oh. Is it not the fancy place?
No, it's
Like
like a Puerto Rican soul food, street food. I can't remember the name of it. I have to try and look it up.
I'm not too sure where that's at.
I drive
Yeah,
through it
it's
every
definitely
day.
Mount Oliver, 100%. I just don't know the name.
The only
of it.
restaurant I know up in Mount Oliver is Mayadas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the
They
only
have
one.
that new one with like the black face building. Like not
Blackface.
like,
Careful,
not
Tara.
blackface.
Tara.
I think we
Careful.
all know that I'm seasoned. I accept everything.
Tara's just light skinned.
Like
She grew up
the
in
face
Carrick.
of the building, yeah, right? It's like, I don't know.
I'm trying to
It's
think what
like
you're talking
brick.
about.
I'm gonna
Like
look it up
painted.
right now via Google.
It's fancy. It's like a
It might be
wine
that one.
place. Like a, I don't
In
know.
Mount Oliver?
Yeah. I don't think they know there. I don't know.
The only fancy place I know towards up is Arlington is La Familia.
That's a good place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You haven't been there?
Where?
A La Familia.
No.
Oh, that's a good spot.
What's that,
Well,
Italian?
they have the cousin restaurant. What's it called?
Arlequinos. That's by our house. That's awesome too.
Yeah.
So there's Flavor of Puerto Rico, which says it's in Pittsburgh. And then Secretos, which is like, but that says Hawaiian Grill. I don't know.
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
I don't know what that even is.
Eat some spam.
Spam is fire, bro. I grew up with spam.
No.
Spam, you don't like spam?
We grew up eating that too.
Yeah. Spam
That's a
is
lot
good.
of sodium.
Corned beef hash. Do
Bologna.
you like corned beef hash at all?
Yeah, we
My
eat
old
that.
man would hook up corned beef hash. Right out the can, bro.
It's like
My dad used to eat pickled herring.
Oh, that's gross.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do know what
that
it
is.
is.
Like,
bad.
as a delicacy with my grandpa.
Yeah, my dad's into like chicken livers and stuff too. Like
Yeah,
they're
I'm
weird.
ugh.
So my dad was actually, my father was born in Holland. He was an immigrant, and my mother was born in Puerto Rico. But so I get a little bit of both. Like my dad makes this chicken. It's called satay, which is pretty much like sautéed, but it's on a skewer.
Yeah.
It's a Dutch thing. It's so good. Chicken and rice is like the staple of my life. Chicken, rice, and pork chops.
yeah.
That's pretty much how I grew up. Fried.
I'm not
Tara.
a pork
Yes,
chop.
fried.
I'm not a pork chop person. I don't know.
So, what do you feed your, like, what's dinner at your house like any day of the week?
Well, I have a menu on the board.
You have a
Do you
menu?
really?
I
What?
swear, I
That's
have a
pretty
weekly.
smart.
It's easy because then I know what I buy. Instacart, shout out, because I don't
Instacart's
ever
the
have
jam.
Yeah.
an Aldi, so I pick my groceries up. I know what I have ingredients for, I write the list out and
For the week? Like the menu for the week?
That's pretty dedicated.
And then the boys like pick what they
yeah,
want
like
every
which
day.
one do you want tonight, like or tomorrow? Well, actually, normally it's for the next day because I typically will cook in the morning as I get ready because we're like school, sports,
Right. There's a
all
lot
the way
going
to
on.
bed. So
For sure.
yeah, typically I'll cook at like 5 a.m. when I'm working.
Does Mark
I
cook?
get up. No,
Not
Okay.
at all? Not
no, it's either raw or smoked out the house. So we're good. Nobody wants him to cook. He tries.
Poor Mark.
He is a really good, like he has a smoker.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even know how to turn the thing on. He's really great at that. That's his forte.
Yeah.
Like
Keep them outside. I get it.
To a raw smell.
that or the microwave. Those are his forte. He tries. He has
Nice.
other strengths, but that is not cooking. No, he's tried. I don't know how you go from like raw to burnt in 5 seconds.
Like instantly.
Yeah, he manages it well.
That's talent right there.
Yeah. That's skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have had to learn to cook over the last.
So how about you? Does Stephanie cook more or you cook more? I mean, I know you post more, but like, who cooks the most?
I would have to say me.
Yeah.
You know.
You throw some-
Stephanie is busy with the 4 kids at home.
Yeah. Oh,
you know?
I bet.
So I can't
100%.
expect her to make something.
And they're your kids. That's what makes it like little longs run around. I couldn't.
They're my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's our kids.
No. Which one was I talking to the other day that was talking smack? You had him talking smack.
Oh,
to me.
Noah. That's my little man. Yeah.
He's ready to square up.
So funny.
Oh, that's cool. No, I do notice that, and that's a conversation that we're gonna have with Ben too. Is he's into cooking, the smoking game,
Yeah.
throwing some stuff. I got the recipe that you gave me for like the smoked cheese dip, like the Velveeta
Oh, yeah. The
cheese
queso
dip.
one. That stuff's so good.
Fire. I might do ribs this weekend. Actually, I was thinking about it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we have a rib. So every 4th of July we have a big party. You have to bring Mark and the kids down. Long won't come because every time I invite him, he doesn't show up.
It's 4th of July.
Yeah.
Is it at a pool? I feel
He
like
has
I
a
saw
pool,
it.
yeah.
See, I
So it was
pay
at our house.
attention.
See, you could have a rib.
At least
I'll be-
somebody
I'll be
does.
It
there
was
4th of
lit,
July.
man. You guys had a whole house
we had
full.
we had a whole pack of people.
I
We did a
saw.
fireworks show. Cops came, shut us down at the end. Like it
Can't
was
wait to
live.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we'll
Get
let you know. You
arrested.
can leave beforehand. So it'll bring back memories. It's like growing up all over again.
Sounds like gunshots. It's actually fireworks.
Bring
Tara.
your
It's okay.
rollerblades. We got a big hill. You just fly down the road. Up, I'm out.
Got it.
But no, we do that, and we have a rib competition. So like, I think last year there was probably six or seven people that entered the rib competition.
Cool.
So we had ribs for days. My brother-in-law P actually ended up winning. Shout out to Dave. He beat everybody. I'm a little bit upset about it, but it is what it is. He won fair and square, so it really hurts me to say
You
that.
seem kind of
Hey,
salty.
July 4th is a whole new ballgame.
Yeah, so this year is going to be completely different. I've done some research. I've done some trial and error stuff. Ben was supposed to come. Hopefully, he might come this week or this year. If you decide
I'll be
you're,
there.
you're not too busy,
Oh.
you can bless us with your presence.
He's crazy.
That's kind of special.
He's
Taking
so
over the
busy,
real
dude.
estate industry.
He
you
is.
know?
He
Yes.
is. He is. You are doing really good.
Thanks, man.
So you guys just won an award, right? At the Real Producers event. That
Yeah.
was what was it? Up and coming.
Yeah.
Is it the up and coming
Yeah,
brokerage?
the rising broker,
Yeah.
basically.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's an honor. You know, it's.
Yeah.
I just think it's organic what we are. You know,
Right.
I just feel like we talk from our hearts and we truly believe in each other and what we all stand for. So it's just natural. It's second nature. So to have that notoriety and honor is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, it's I don't know.
That's what you want, right? That's
Yeah,
the goal. On track and just keep
yeah,
going.
and it's not even that we're about quantity. It's just pure quality people
Right.
that we have, you know. You know, when I speak with people about potentially joining us, it's the opposite. And I don't like to say it to sound arrogant because I don't think it's arrogance. It's just a pure family that I protect. Like I'm like the mother hen that I
Yeah,
protect.
yeah.
They are my agents. And I
Right.
say that not from a superior outlook, but that
Right.
I'm I'm protecting the culture that we have together because I just value it so much. So when I speak with other people about potentially joining on with us, it's the opposite where in a normal situation, the broker is trying to like reel them in, so to say, or the manager, whomever. But I'm actually more or less interviewing that person to see if our visions and our ethics and our goals align.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't, I'm very honest, and I
Yeah.
thank them for the time, but I just say, I don't think we're the best fit for them because
That's huge.
it's different, and
Yeah.
and we value that, and I think, that's where we're different in a lot of ways,
Yeah,
but that's just kind of the foundation of
Right.
kind of who we are, and we're essentially not a team, but we are. Like
We
we
act like
all
one.
talk daily, and
Yeah.
we have a chat and
Yeah.
call each other.
I'll say
and-
this. I've been to, a handful of real producer events. I've been in the industry. I know a lot of agents. That real producers event that we went to a couple weeks ago at the casino, I noticed like you do. I come into a room. I want to observe. I want to see what's going on. You can tell a lot by people. I'm a people watcher for sure, and I've been blessed with discernment. Maybe because of the way I grew up, I know when people are full of shit and when they're not.
Right.
And one thing that I noticed that maybe you guys didn't was every time I would walk around, I was making the rounds, talking to people, grabbing a drink. Your squad was like this
together.
the whole time. Like almost the whole, like you went off and talked to a couple girls and whatever else. Not that I was like creepingly stalking you guys or anything, but I noticed that because if you watch
There's one in
it,
the corner.
right, like,
Who's that Puerto Rico with the
take these
binoculars?
notes.
All right, we gotta go, guys.
No, but I noticed that, and that's something that's
Yeah.
really important. Like,
Yeah.
Lending Heights, we had our own table. We came in separate, but we linked up. Hey, where you at? I want to be, So to see that with agents is it gets noticed, I guess you could say. The vibe that you guys have and what you're bringing differently, just what you said is like, it's not, what kind of book of business are you bringing to us? How can you help us grow? How can this money? It's like, hey, can you jive with us?
Yeah.
Do you fit the model that we're trying
Yes.
to build? And I think that's a slower game, but the long game on that is so much more beneficial than
Sure.
bring anybody that wants to come on and make us money type of deal. You know what I mean? The motive that you guys are running with is going to make you far more superior than those other brokerages that are playing it a different way.
Right.
That makes
We do
sense.
have a special group of agents, so just like Tara said, we're all about quantity, Are we
Quality.
the big? Yeah. Are we the biggest brokerage? No. Are we the smallest? Maybe. But we have like a solid group of agents, not just like the CityLife brokerage for Remax,
Like ours.
but also like the whole entity
company.
of CityLife, the whole company.
Right.
Like we are one big family.
That's cool.
If you can ask one person in CityLife, whatever entity it is, ask them like, how do you like working here?
Love it.
And they'll love it. Exactly. Their words, you can see what they're saying is passionate
Right.
and it's truthful,
Yeah.
Like we all came from a different walks of life, like I'm very appreciative how I got started into real estate and where it brought me here today. Timing's everything. And, I'm not gonna say never, I'm not gonna say never is never, but it is pretty solid that it's hard for me to walk away from what we have right now.
For
Like it's
sure.
so special, like the resources that we help. We're all on the same page where no one has like big egos against each other. Like we're like, hey, do you need help? I'll help you out.
Yeah.
That's what we have. Like not too long ago, we had a little office get together. It was fun. We had a great time. We just kick it. We didn't talk about work. We just kick it.
Right.
That's all we did.
You just
Right.
get along. Like it's just
Yeah.
good people with good people, and like
That's
Long
huge.
said, the whole company is essentially where like city life in general is a family. Like it sounds cheesy, but I don't know. You probably see. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and like some things that I put on social media. Like I just wear my emotions because I truly value where I am. I mean, for
Yeah.
me to walk away from everything I worked for in my
Right.
entire life for my career,
yeah.
because I believed, and I still essentially always will believe in what Brian and Casey have created as our culture at CityLife, and that trickles into the brokerage. But everyone from our contractors to the back office, we're always that. I get a call from our human resource girl regularly. What can I do to help you? Like
Right,
from,
right.
each other, we help each other.
It's not work at that point.
It's not work.
Yeah.
It's, and truly, Casey, he has a saying, no more Monday or, scary. Oh, the scaries, like for going back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
I forget the exact saying.
I just feel like in our office, no one waits for the weekend to start.
No, we can't wait to get back.
Yeah,
it's like the opposite.
Yeah, every day is the same
you can't put
day.
a price on something like that.
Yeah, that's why, once you live for the weekend, something has to change. But no one in our office, lives for the weekend.
Right,
we all would
right.
need some time off and stuff like that. But
Well, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. But to know like, I got to go in the office. I don't want to go
Yeah.
in the office. You don't have that.
Yeah.
You have it's like, I can't wait to go in the office.
Yeah.
yeah,
And like I said, this isn't just my opinion. This is people talk in this industry. Everybody talks.
sure.
And I've had people that have interacted with you guys, and they're like, dude, it just when you walk into that place, it feels good. And there's some places that, and you guys know, there's some brokerages or lenders or whatever that you walk into and it's like, ugh, everybody's miserable. There's tension, you can feel it. But there it was like, I'm down the south side, motherfucker. Like, whatever. So
fun.
that's really good, man. That's awesome, and I'm happy for you guys to get that award.
Thank you.
That obviously means people see what you guys are doing down there, and I'm excited to get my invite to come down once or twice. So I've never been invited down.
We're
there.
gonna have a
He's like,
podcast
well, you
room.
could just-
The
you
waiting
could
list
just
is
come
pretty.
over.
The waiting list is pretty long.
I'm sure
man.
it is.
Well,
I'm sure it is.
we're gonna have a podcast room.
Oh yeah.
Buckle up.
So let me know. Maybe one day I'll
Yeah.
be a guest. I could be a
Absolutely.
guest. I'll be like, I had them on my show.
We'll be interviewing you.
You have
That's
to shoot
cool.
a
I'm
basketball and make it a 3-point shot first, though.
Easy all day.
Okay. We'll
Easy.
see.
Bro, you
And
kidding me?
then don't forget about the golf simulator too.
Oh,
If you don't drive the ball more than 300 yards, sorry.
Do I have to pay to come to this office? Like, is there an
We gotta
admission
make-
fee?
It's like Top Golf on Carson.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. Well, shout
We even
out
have
any
the
new
bar
agents.
right next to
Oh, yeah,
it.
I forgot.
Yeah, we have a stock bar.
That's right.
So-
it's laid out.
Let me ask you this. So, and I know you before we close up, you had mentioned about the way you interview people and stuff like that. Let's say there's a newer agent that's just doesn't feel home at the brokerage they're at, or is maybe even looking into getting into something like that. Is there are we able to put some information up for them to reach out to you specifically or to the company? As far as, because I guarantee you somebody's watching this and they're like, I hate Mondays.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me that I can be the same agent that I want to be, where somebody will help me grow. Especially if they're a female, really, where she can get me in touch with these successful women in the industry. Sure. Like, I think you're opening more doors than you realize on this podcast. Oh. And I want to make sure that we help you, put the door stoppers in and leave them wide open for people. Are you guys, is that something that you guys are looking to expand? Are you looking for agents right now? Ish?
Yes.
She said no.
Yes,
That's
I
what
don't
she
want
wanted
it
to
to.
say.
Yes.
Nope, you're not good enough.
So
No.
I'm always open to opportunity of people with like-mindedness.
Okay.
And I will always have a conversation. I will always make sure our goals align and that the purpose is essentially what it needs to be.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, we have a lot to offer. I'm not going to lie.
No, I agree. The
I
resources
don't want
there.
to limit, because if that means that more and more good people are coming over and being a part of our family, and I say family because we are, I don't want to limit that. But at the same time, I don't want it to, we have value with that. I feel like
Right. I think that's
we're
so special.
we're almost like
I think that's so special.
Thank you. I think so. I hold very great pride. The brokerage is my baby. Like,
Right.
it really
Right.
is, and
Yeah.
I pour everything into it. And essentially I like to look at our office and our brokerage as more of like the high school, middle school version of a brokerage, because we're not, and I don't want to weed out somebody who was just licensed, because don't get me wrong, I'll absolutely
For sure,
be,
for sure.
willing to work with people. But I think our environment is for, people who have gotten to a point in their career that, we focus a lot on that life-work balance, how to pour yourself into into your business, whether it's hiring or, focusing on one avenue or the other, or now that you're, killing it, how do you then find what you like to do and take away the stuff you don't like to do, whether that might be hiring a TC or hiring a buyer agent or whatever, or just maintaining. But we really focus on it being a business. So it's a little different in that aspect too. So, as far as bringing more people, I would love to talk to good people
for sure,
that are ready to be around good people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you, I'm a very good judge of character.
For sure.
I'm picky. I'm not gonna lie. Like
No,
that
and
mother
that's-
hen
I think
kicks
that's-
in.
that's exactly what you need
and I don't,
in your position.
I don't like to say that because I don't ever want to seem like arrogant. I'm just very pure-hearted for the people that we have.
Right.
And we'll
That's
continue
awesome.
to have. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
but yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Reach out.
yeah, for sure. What about you? You got anything special to say?
Anything special?
I should have just had Tara on the show.
Man,
Listen,
He did actually. I was
listen.
gonna deny him.
See, I thought like having 2 for 1 for
Yeah.
one day was
It's
awesome.
overwhelming. No, I am. I
No,
am
I'm just
super
joking.
grateful that you guys came out. I wouldn't have expected anything less than this high caliber interview. I absolutely, you know that I love you, dude. We talk.
Dude,
We
you're
talk
one of
all
my
the
boys,
time.
man. You know that.
We talk about real life stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So long. Like I said, I thank you for coming on, Tara. Absolutely, thank you.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Remax CityLife for letting you guys come
Yeah.
out here and shouting the brand out. You guys are doing big things, and I think, like I said, the value or the quality over quantity vision, especially in today's world, when you guys still hold that at the forefront, is going to it's going to skyrocket you guys to exactly the level that you want to be, and I'm glad that Lending Heights gets to be a part of it. Shout out to Leah Stedman, obviously, and we've done a deal. We got a borrower, so keep it moving.
I know.
But no, anything that you guys would ever need, obviously, Lending Heights is always here. I want to thank everybody else for coming out and watching the Keeping It Real Estate podcast, sponsored and powered by Lending Heights Mortgage out here in Oakmont, Pennsylvania. So thank you guys again.
Absolutely.
And
Thanks for having
we'll put
us.
all your contact information. It was already on the screen. We'll put it again at the closing so that anybody that wants to buy a house or wants to talk to the Tara Sill has the opportunity.
BTS.
The Tara Sill.
Oh yeah, Long gave me that nickname. TS.
TS.
I like it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
See ya.